The 2018-2019 NBA season is about to enter its final and the most interesting stage. There have been many surprises, many injuries, many disappointments. Like always. Since there is about 8 games left in the regular season, I thought this was a good time to give out the awards for this season. Instead of just focusing on regular awards like MVP and 6th Man of the Year, I'll also have my picks for the most disappointing team, the biggest surprise team, and others. Hello people, good to see you around. I'm Purple Prince, and let's start. First, let's get out the most obvious awards out of the way. And the first one, and the most prestigious one, is MVP. My pick, James Harden. Usually we have top 3 candidates in the race, but this year there are just 2 choices, James Harden or Giannis Antetokounmpo. I won't throw in Kawhi because he's missed a lot of games and his team is still very good without him. Paul George had a crazy run, but recently has cooled off a little bit. You can also throw Steph Curry in the mix and he could get some votes for the first place, but I would be very shocked if he or somebody else wins the MVP over Giannis or Harden. Between the two, there is no clear winner, so we sure as hell won't get another unanimous MVP. Both players have had great seasons. Giannis has led Milwaukee Bucks to the best record in the league, yes, even better than Golden State. And he himself is averaging 27 points and close to 13 rebounds while dishing out 6 assists and playing defense. Harden on the other hand has scored 30 plus points against every team this season. He's had a bunch of scoring outbursts and right now leads the league in scoring by a big margin. But Houston Rockets have a worse record. Even so, I think my winner for MVP this season is James Harden. After a slow start to the season and many injuries on the team, Harden pretty much single-handedly kept the Rockets in contention and even catapulted them to the upper part of the Western Conference. Additionally, Giannis missed some games at the end, and I think Milwaukee has a better coach, which has to play a role in my decision. So, my MVP for the 2018-2019 season is James Harden. Moving on, we have the Rookie of the Year award. My pick, Luka Doncic. There are quite a few good rookies this year, but really there are 2 choices here as well. DeAndre Ayton is averaging a double-double, but it's a quiet one and on a bad team. Well, all Rookie of the Year candidates are on a bad team, but I think the choice really should come down to Trae Young and Luka Doncic. Trae Young had a slow start shooting-wise, his percentages were bad, but now he's picked it up and actually has a better 3-point percentage than Luka Doncic. Otherwise, Luka has been more consistent and more well-rounded. His team, the Dallas Mavericks, although slightly, is better than Atlanta Hawks, and you could argue he's had more impact on his team. He's had multiple triple-doubles, has showed a clutch gene and ability to carry the load. The choice mid-season would have been easier, but now, like I said, Trae Young has really picked up his game. Still though, I think Luka gets the award to become that rare European player to win Rookie of the Year. Next on our list is the Defensive Player of the Year. My pick, Rudy Gobert. First of all, I think the time of Draymond Green as the Defensive Player of the Year has passed. He's not been as good and in my eyes is not even a realistic candidate here. And now to the players who really can win it. Kawhi can win it, but I don't think he should and he will. He's a great defender, but Toronto's great without him as well. Paul George has been awesome. He's leading the league in steals. Anthony Davis is an interesting choice, but I think all the drama around him and his team and his limited playing time will cast some votes away. Miles Turner is leading the league in blocks and playing a stellar defense for the Pacers. Giannis could easily be inserted into the mix as well. He's averaging more than 10 defensive rebounds, 1.5 blocks and 1.3 steals. But if I had to pick, which I do, I'd go with Rudy Gobert. He's missed 26 games, but since he's come back, the Jazz defense has been great. Gobert is that good. If the award name was the best perimeter defender, I'd take Paul George. But the impact as a whole, Rudy Gobert wins it for me. Coach of the Year, Mike Malone. Normally, we would have Brad Stevens in the running as well, but this year he has struggled. We can throw in some usual suspects like Greg Popovich, who in my opinion is the best coach in the league, but won't win the award this year. Let's also not forget about Mike Budenholzer. He won the award 4 years ago, and this year he has made the Bucks a serious contender. He is that good of a coach. Nick Nurse had an immense pressure replacing the previous coach of the year Dwayne Casey in Toronto, and he's done really well. He could get some votes. Nate McMillan deserves some recognition as well. He's done a great job with the Pacers after losing his best player to an injury. But for me, the biggest jump was made by the Denver Nuggets. Denver is currently battling with the Warriors for the first seed in the West, and it's easy to forget that the Nuggets didn't even make the playoffs last year. Mike Malone has done a fantastic job with the team and should win this award. It's not that often a team cannot make the playoffs and then be the powerhouse of the West. Sixth Man of the Year. My pick, Lou Williams. Lou Williams is the king when it comes to being the first man off the bench. Early, Julius Randle was a candidate, but he's starting now, so he's out of the equation. Derrick Rose could get some votes as he's going through a somewhat redemption season, but the Wolves are a bad team. In reality, Lou Williams is the only real winner here, and there shouldn't be any surprises. Even after all the trades, Lou Williams keeps the Clippers afloat. He's scoring and doing everything necessary to help the team win. Most improved player? Pascal Siakam. There are a bunch of good candidates here. D'Angelo Russell made the All-Star team, upped his scoring average by 5 points and became a legitimate star in the league. Zach LaVine has gone from averaging 16 points to more than 23 points per game this season for the Bulls. Buddy Hield has become a lethal shooter and a scorer for Sacramento Kings. And even his teammate De'Aaron Fox has a legit case to win this award. He averaged 11 points and 4 assists in his rookie year, and this year he's averaged 17 and 7. And most importantly, he has significantly upped his shooting percentages and now is shooting 46% from the field and 37% from the three. Crazy. But it's really crazy when you look at Pascal Siakam's improvement. He's improved in absolutely every statistical category. Here are his stats from last season. 7.3 points, 4.8 rebounds, 2 assists, 51% field goal, 22% from 3, 62% free throws. And this season, as of March 26th, Pascal Siakam is averaging 16.8 points, 6.9 rebounds, 3.1 assists, 54.8% field goal, 35% from 3, 78.1% free throws. The improvements have been amazing, and even though there are a lot of good candidates, you just can't ignore the obvious improvement of Spicy P. So that's the regular awards, but I want to give out 4 more awards. First, the most disappointing team. The most disappointing team has to be the Los Angeles Lakers. They've sunk so low. We've never talked as much about a team that's so bad. The start of the season was frustrating as they lost a lot of close games. Then they picked it up, started winning, climbed up to the 4th seed in the West, and that's when the injuries started. LeBron missed games, Lonzo missed games, Kuzma missed games, Ingram is now missing games. The Lakers were pretty much out of the playoffs with like 20 games remaining, and that's not even mentioning the whole Anthony Davis saga. All the rumors about firing the head coach, the botched trade, information leaks, talks about Jeannie Buss wanting to trade LeBron, Rondo sitting away from his teammates, trading your best young center to a team in your city for a replacement shooter who doesn't even play, no defense. There really is no other team that has been as disappointing as the Lakers. Awful season. The most surprising team, the Denver Nuggets. As I mentioned in my Coach of the Year paragraph, Denver really surprised everyone. We knew they were coming. They've a superstar in Nikola Jokic. They have a great coach in Mike Malone. But I think absolutely nobody expected them to be battling neck and neck with the Warriors for the first seed at this point of the season. The improvement from the last year has been amazing, and Denver has a really good shot to go far in the playoffs, and who knows, maybe even dethrone the Golden State Warriors. The worst owner? Oh, it's still James Dolan. He holds the rights to one of the, if not the most recognizable franchise in the world, yet he always finds a way to be just awful. The absolute worst owner in the league today. Trading away your best player on a rookie salary, hoping superstars will join you in the free agency, banning a fan who told him to sell the team, bad decisions all around. Dan Gilbert would be another candidate here, but since LeBron James is not in Cleveland anymore, they aren't relevant, and we don't hear about him, and maybe it's for the better. The best story? Dwyane Wade. Dwyane Wade announced that this would be his last season in the league, and a lot of people expected that. What we didn't expect is to see so many flashes of the old D-Wade. He's having fun playing in Miami again. It's his home. It's where he wants to be. He's hitting game winners against Golden State, making key plays, and most importantly, he keeps Miami Heat relevant. Yes, Miami Heat have better players, faster players, better shooters, rebounders, but quite possibly none of them are more important than Dwyane Wade, who in my eyes is the soul of this team. Right now they're about to make the playoffs, and I really hope they do. One more playoff run for the great Dwyane Wade is what he really deserves. It's what we deserve as fans as well. The absolute best story of this season for me. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do you agree with my picks for the NBA awards? Do you agree that Dwyane Wade is the best story in the league this season? Let me know in the comments about your predictions for the awards. Be active, let's talk, let's argue. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like to let me feel your approval. If you haven't seen other videos, check them out, as there is a lot of interesting stuff about NBA history and present on this channel. To not miss any of the upcoming videos, consider subscribing and be a good dude. Don't let others miss this video as well. Share it to your friends. Thank you. This was Purple Prince, and I'm out.